Are you facing challenges while assessing the candidates based on their right skills? If yes, Topin.Tech is the right solution for you. Hi, I'm Shivani from Topin.Tech, and today I'll be showing you how to create an assessment within just 5 minutes on the Topin portal. So as you can see, this is the home page. In the home page, you can find the active assessments which are already published, the draft assessments which are created and are yet to be published, and the completed assessments which are published and also completed by the candidates. Now, I'll show you how we can create an assessment. Click on Create Assessment. Now, you can see 4 sections. In the first section, you just have to fill out all the basic details about the assessment. Name of assessment, I'll keep it as Sample Assessment. You can also add any tags just for your reference. You need to select the start date and time of the assessment. You can also select the end date and time of the assessment. Now you can select the job role that you're hiring for. So I'm selecting full stack developer. Now, based on the job role that you have selected over here, in the second section, which is the section details, the Topin portal will automatically suggest you what all sections you can add for the full stack developer role. Here, you need to enter your organization name. And here you need to enter your organization logo URL. Now that you have entered all the basic details, click on Save and Next. Now we have moved to the next section, which is the section details. Now, to curate your assessment will obviously have multiple sections. So you can either go by the suggested sections that our Topin portal is suggesting. I have just added one suggested section for your reference. Or you can also go for create new section. You can create a new section by yourself. Click on create new section. You can choose the type of questions that you want your section to have. It's either multiple choice, coding or SQL. I'll go with coding. Name of the section, I'll keep it as coding, and time limit for this particular section, I'll keep it as 30 minutes. We need to add the question details over here. So topic, we have coding, JavaScript coding and DSA coding in the coding section. I'll just go with coding. Difficulty level, I'll select medium. Now with medium difficulty level, we have 106 available questions in the coding section. I'll add 2 questions. So what does this mean? This means that out of the 106 questions, this Topin portal will randomly assign 2 questions to each candidate. Click on add questions. So all the questions will be randomly assigned to the candidates, like I said. Once you click on add question, your question is added over here. You have added the questions here. We also have an option for code settings. So here you need to select the languages that you want your candidates to be able to code in depending on their choice. So I'll be giving them the option of Python, Java and C. Apart from that, we also need to select the default coding language. So I'm selecting Python as the default coding language. Click on add section. Now these are the section details. So you have added 2 sections as of now. One is the front-end technical MCQ test and the second one is the coding section. Click on save and next, and before that you can also see the time limit, the exam type and the scoring for each section along with the number of questions. Click on save and next. Now in the third step, you can finally review the assessment that you have just curated. So this is the name of your assessment, the start date and end time of your assessment, the job role you have added as full stack developer, your organization name and your organization logo. So here the logo that you're seeing here will also be the logo that is being displayed to the candidate throughout the exam. Once you scroll down, you can also find the section details. If required, you can also edit the section details in this step. You also have some more advanced features. So if you want to add any shortlisting criteria, you can go with this option. If you do not want to add any shortlisting criteria, you can click on no criteria. If you want the passing marks to be a shortlisting criteria, let's say out of the 78 score, you want the candidates to score minimum of 35 to be able to pass this test, enter 35 here. If not passing marks, if you want the candidates, if you just want the Topin portal to pick the topmost candidates after the exam is done, irrespective of the number of students attempting the test, you can enter the number here. Let's say if I'm entering 30. Once the exam is done, the Topin portal will pick 30 topmost candidates who have attempted the exam. Now, next option we have of enable a camera proctoring. If you want to enable, you can click on yes. If you want to allow candidates to review their mistakes after assessments, you can click on yes here as well. And if you want the Topin portal to send results to the candidates after the assessment, you can click on yes here as well. Now click on save and next. So we are in the final step, which is the publish and invite. So before we can publish the assessment, let's also preview the assessment that we have just curated. So once we click on preview assessment, you can see the assessment exactly as how the candidate will also be able to see it. So as you can see over here, these are the exam instructions. Click on next. Start assessment. We have two sections. So this is the first section. These are the instructions. Click on next. Code of conduct. Next. This is the camera view. So now that it has recognized my face, we can go to the next step. So it's just telling us that we should not move out of the camera until the test ends. Start assessment. Now let's say if I'm moving out of the screen and if I'm trying to attempt the test, see, it is clearly saying us that we could not detect your face. Again, now that my face is recognized, I'll continue the exam. Again, if I move out of the test and if I try to attempt the exam, we will again get this pop-up that they could not detect that face. Now let me come back to the test window. Continue exam. If I try to move out of the window, it will give me a warning. It will just give me a warning first. And if I move out again, my exam will get terminated, as you can see. Now, the first section ended because it got terminated. This reason will clearly be mentioned in the final report that will be shared with the company. I'll go to the second section. Same process. I'll just quickly answer all these questions. Let's say I'm done doing the test. I'll just quit assessment. Yes, proceed. Now, the second section has been ended because I myself quit the assessment. So the exact reason why an assessment was ended or assessment got ended, it will be clearly displayed. So as we have just seen how our assessment would look like to the candidate, let's now go forward and publish the assessment. Click on publish assessment. Click on yes. Now the assessment is published and it can be shared with the candidates. Now, to share this assessment with the candidates, you first need to enter or share the data of the candidates in this sample CSV file. And once you enter it into that file, you can upload that file over here and then send them an invite. So that is how you publish and invite the candidates. Now, once the exam is published, the candidates will take the exam. And once the exam is done, you can find all the completed assessment details over here. So just for your reference as a sample, I'll show you the details of one completed exam. You just need to click on view. So this was a DSA coding exam. I'll show it to you as a sample. Here you can find the statistics of the exam. So 76 candidates were invited for this particular exam of which 17 candidates have attempted the exam. Now let's check the detailed statistics. For that, click on View Statistics. So 76 have been invited, 17 have attempted, and average score was 24. So if you want to download the results, you can click on Download Results over here. And if you also want to check each candidate's in detailed statistics, you can go for any candidate in particular. Let's click on this candidate. Here we can see her exam attempt status, her score, and also the time that that candidate has taken to attempt the test. Here we can also find the section wise report. In this exam, we had only one section, so you can find the score for that particular section. We can also find the exam end reason over here. Sometimes the exam might end because it gets terminated because of some malpractice that was spotted. So here in this case, exam was ended by quitting, which means the candidate has quit the exam by herself. Finally, we also have the anti-cheating report, wherein we can find the number of times the person or the candidate has moved out of that exam window. We can also find the number of times her face was not detected during the examination. And we can find the number of times multiple faces were detected in the screen during the exam. Now it says 4 times her face was not detected. Let's see where all it was not detected. You can find it with the red lines here. Click on this. Over here, her face was not properly detected. Over here also looks like she has just sneezed or something, so her face was not detected. And over here as well, her face was not properly detected. Even if the face gets blurred, it will show as not detected. I hope you now know how to create an assessment on the Topin.Tech portal. So what are you waiting for? Get started with your free trial now.